This week on Gaia.
Plato even talked about in his day the ability of the theater and drama and music combined with it to be used at the behest of the state to actually manipulate the population.
He was right on.
Even in his day, like, it was the exact same. It was no different than it is today. And so now the techniques have just been so specified with like scientific precision that psychological warfare and propaganda have all been combined by the state apparatus to basically give us our worldview.
There are indeed a few events of our earlier history that do look like false flags, or at least very possible false flags, and they are definitely worth our investigation. As you will see, what is so interesting about them is not necessarily how similar they were to false flags of today, although a few of them were, but really how very different they were, very different. By looking at these early forms of false flags, I would say we begin to gain a better understanding of how this phenomenon, one of the worst forms of manipulation and deception in our world, has developed and evolved over time.
What they've been doing, the genetic farmer groups, is that they've been engineering humans genetically and also working on our consciousness and spirituality in a way to where when we get to the crescendo of this energy influx, that we will be ready to make a turbo jump in changing densities and changing consciousness, as opposed to if they hadn't have interfered, we would just be a slightly different version.
What I'm thinking we need to say yes to is the ascension of the human species, to move beyond Homo sapien into the next better version of ourselves. There's two choices. One, we're going to evolve into spiritual light beings, which millions of people around the world now are practicing yoga, doing meditation, getting together and developing their spiritual powers. That's one path. The other path could be through technology, where we're going to start applying the best of Silicon Valley technology into our human body and augmenting our intelligence through nanotechnology and other technologies that vastly amplify the power of our brain and our consciousness.
Well, that'll be dramatic, I think. Conscious attention is quite a bit different than unconscious awareness. So if we want to integrate what the universe is already embodying and integrate it into our personal consciousness so that we're not ignorant of it, then we really need to attend to it in an undivided way and experience the potentials of those negative and dark aspects in order to understand them and have the insight into our shadow material